I'm Ian with South to North Land Cruisers, and we've just literally finished this build. This was an FZJ80, 1997. We've turned it into a HDJ80. Pretty true to form in that conversion as well. I'm going to go ahead and do a complete walk around on this truck right now. Show it off as far as, you know, what we've done and how we've built it out. It's a beauty. Let's go ahead and shut it down. So, 1997 FZJ80 turned into an HDJ80. We've been pretty true to form on this one. We used complete wiring harness from an European HDJ80, so all the wiring in the truck is pretty much from a true HDJ80. That came from a 95, a donor truck, which is that one right there being turned into a pickup. It's just a gorgeous truck. Spent most of its life in Southern California. Had 170,000 miles on it when it came to us. It was partially done with an F1HD FT swap, but the owner decided he wanted to go to an FTE, and we've also put in an H152 5-speed transmission, which is an Aussie spec transmission only. To fit that, we went ahead and put an H151 input shaft in that transmission. This is original paint here. This truck was not painted in the build, and the frame was also not painted. So that is what we call really nice, gorgeous, original Toyota goodness. So is the paint. No clear coat peel really on it, not even really any hazing. Of course, because we've converted to an HDJ80, we did have to go ahead and source these OEM turbo emblems, keeping it true to form. Same with the front fender turn signals here. Headlights, corner lights are actually from an LX 450. Just kind of like that look a little better. Headlights are depots with a, I believe it's a Mirimoto projector we fitted to that. Of course, the ARB front. Got a Rigid Industries LED light bar we custom fitted there. Got the Warn 12,000 winch. That's Master Pull 3/8 on there. Factor 55 here. Those are cruising off-road sliders. It's also got cruising off-road belly skids that we had to kind of custom modify to suit the build. Kmart rear bumper. Those are actually OEM jerry cans. We've got a backup camera we fitted here. We've got an onboard air system in the truck. Front and rear ports. Here's the rear. Put this little plug in to keep the port clean. Put it on a lanyard so you don't lose it. This goes back in like that. You can one-hand it, a little easier with two, but you can certainly one-hand it. At customer's request, we went ahead and moved the license plate to the tire carrier because he doesn't plan to run the jerry cans unless he needs to carry fuel. So we went ahead and the Kmart normally carries the license plate light and the jerry, license plate light and the license plate right there on the jerry can carrier. But for the customer, he wanted to do this, so we went ahead and made a custom bracket for that. The truck has an ICOM system in it, so here's our antenna for the ICOM. Of course, it's got the Auto Home Columbus rooftop tent. The truck got a new OEM Toyota windshield. Right there, you can see that. This is a really nice piece of glass. Unfortunately for the rest of us cruiser heads, that piece of glass went NLA, no longer available, about 2 months after we purchased it for this customer. So of course, yeah, you've got the Toyota OEM guard up front here on the hood. We've gone as far as to put 100 series triple squirters. A little better squirter there. Of course, all new stuff here as far as wipers, blades, OEM windshield gasket, windshield. The customer put these on before the truck came to us, so those are new OEM mirrors. We went ahead and did window runs. We did the weather stripping right here on the inside and the out. But the truck really didn't need new weather stripping in the doors. It's pretty good original, so we didn't change that out. Same with this weather stripping here on the welting. So Shieldman seats, those are custom fabric on them. They may not stay in this truck. Customers talked about moving those to a different truck we're building for him, and him putting a different set of Shieldmans in it, but currently these are the ones in it. Restored steering wheel. Like I say, the gauge cluster and the dash is all pretty much HDJ81. So when I go ahead and light her up, you'll see that that's a little different in FZJ80. Over here we've got an Arbor Egt Gauge. The customer wanted to keep things really clean and not be cluttered with a lot of stuff here on the dash as far as gauges. Here's a quick charge USB from Blue Sea. So you've got that port there. Otherwise, she's just pretty stock. The console is 3D printed, so that's a custom item we did. The cargo, courtesy lights here in the footwell, they're custom fitted. Something the customer wanted. It's got Rosen sun visors. So a lot of this stuff has been either replaced or refurbished, So the entire interior was gutted and cleaned, deep cleaned, and rear seats were redone. Yep, so it even got a new front OEM carpet because you can still get that in oak. So this here is a new OEM front carpet piece. Yeah, just a real nice Land Cruiser. As you can see, we did all the stereo work as well. So yeah, these are Morel carbon fiber. We've got pretty much Morel all the way around. Sound system's really nice. Rear seats are beautiful. So let's go ahead and open the back up. Take a look in the back. Of course, your standard KMR on this. We've gone ahead and added the 24 valve decal as well, emblem, because that would have came on this truck if it had the turbo diesel, 24 valve turbo diesel in it. So here in the back we fitted a quite a few things. Got a Trex box drawer system. We've got some onboard voltage monitoring here, several power ports including a SIG and a quick charge USB. That's a National Luna fridge freezer stainless steel unit. We can go ahead and take a look at some of this stuff. So drawer here, cutting board on it. So fridge comes out too. As you can see, pretty nice setup there. I'm doing this all one-handed. Normally I'd probably use two, but you can see it can be done one-handed. Big drawer here, also with a small cutting board. Really nice system, these Trex box. They're really nice, top of the line stuff. It's got some wings here, so you got some more storage down in here. Behind this panel, of course, we've got the Wits End rear quarter panel. I'm not sure what he calls it, but in there we've got mounted the sub amp. We've got our Switch Pro system. We've got our air compressor as well for the onboard air. So yeah, she's really kitted out. This truck's really ready for some adventure. Go ahead and close the drawers. All this is one-handed. Of course, there's a sub as well. That's just an 8-inch JL audio. And you can also see over there we did some cable management. So your cable's not real vulnerable with gear in here, and it really keeps the cable, just pretty. In one regard, it looks good. In another regard, it keeps it protected. So something we like to do there. See the cable back in there. Of course, more storage over here for anything John, the customer, wants to put in it. Also got some cargo lights here. We've got a red, and we've got a white. And when we close the rear hatch, those shut off. So yeah, I think the next one here, I'll go ahead and pop the hood. We'll take a look under the hood, and that's a pretty good overview here of this vehicle. HDJ80. Been a real pleasure to build this one. Awesome, awesome truck.